What's going on, everyone? I'm Encore. This is Tomorrow Never Comes, and today I wanted to go over what's been pretty big news the last day or so, and that's the news of Elon Musk offering to buy Twitter outright. And what's interesting is he's already a 9%. He owns 9% of the company, and I believe he's the largest shareholder as it is. So for him to come out and say, "Hey, I'm just going to pay," here's the share price is $54.20. So I think it works out to about $43 billion. That is his offer to buy Twitter. And so that was all well and good. That I understood that was the case. And I believe this was on Thursday. It was written, this article, and yesterday I think it was updated. And that's the offer is about 38% over the current price, or at that time, the price of the Twitter stock. So pretty hefty premium. And, there's a lot of chatter as to the fact that they won't want him to be the outright owner. They don't want him to have that type of control over a media platform, because Musk's whole MO is to speak your mind, for good or for worse, and freedom of speech. That's kind of his MO. And what's interesting, two things are interesting about this. One is, it's funny how Twitter is, especially the crypto community, is that when he has something negative to say, whether it be about, I didn't know about the energy costs or the energy suck that comes from mining Bitcoin, even after investing 1.5 billion and still holding on to that, or if it's Doge related, where he has some tweets to put out. It's so funny how it works when the crypto community just hates on him or trashes him or doesn't think highly of him when he does those things. But now when he's about to purchase it and he's getting denied, everyone's like, well, hey, Musk is pro speech, so that should go through. And everyone's urging, at least socially, the sentiment is that he should be the rightful owner of Twitter, and things will explode and it'll be more crypto friendly. And look, I don't know if that's the case. He's obviously a brilliant man, has done some tremendous things, but I really don't know. I really don't know what the agenda is or the end game would be for him to have such a platform. I really don't. This is not a decentralized network. It would be him, or him and a select few who would run the company and control what comes in and out. So it'd be very interesting to see if anything changed, or even if he realizes the amount of work that it would take and the amount of resistance there would be to what he at least talks about, right? Which is kind of like making it a Web 3.0, at least in terms of freedom of speech. Everyone can speak their mind, and not get censored on the platform. So I think that's interesting. I don't know how that would play out. I don't know if I'm a big fan of that. Things are as they are. It would shake things up for sure. It would shake things up, right? You would have Musk owning this, then you have Zucks owning Facebook, and it'd be quite the battle. Very, very interesting. But number two on this, which I did not know, was that the Tron founder. So if you guys aren't familiar, Tron is a blockchain, and Justin Sun, very young guy, he was a founder of it, but he just recently left and has joined, I think, as some kind of business strategist for some council, I believe, in the Caribbean, some Caribbean council. Anyways, this guy is super wealthy. I believe he paid $4 million for lunch with Warren Buffett, just to have lunch. So he's not hurting for any money. And what I didn't know, and he also bought an ETH Rock, which is an NFT there's no utility to it whatsoever. It's just a picture of a rock, an artistic drawing of a rock, and he paid $1 million. So he's got some money to flex, that's for sure. But I didn't know that he actually topped the offer, and he came in at $60 a share. So look, these big boys are battling it out, and it's funny, right? Because same with Tron, but Musk is also a proponent of free speech, decentralization, all that kind of stuff. So it's funny when they're fighting each other to own a Web 2.0 version of something, and is the intent to change it or at least adapt more to Web 3? I don't know. I really don't know. Um, I've just, the last 3 months or so recently been on Twitter heavy, and so it's got a lot of flaws, a lot of imitators, a lot of scammers. It's funny, everyone talks about the edit function, which is what they want, and I'm like, listen, I can deal with spelling and punctuation errors or grammatical errors, but you shouldn't have scammers and bots and things like that on there that resemble real people. So there are some big problems, and it would be interesting to see if any new owner or new CEO who would come in could shake that up and rectify those problems. So, look, this is big news. I mean, even if Musk doesn't end up buying this, and he's gone so far as to say that, hey, if you guys don't accept it, it's like a it's like a uh, it's like a legal issue, because the board has a duty to the stakeholders to provide them with the most values, right? The shareholders with the most values. So if they don't accept the deal that's almost 40% premium, then what are they doing? So very interesting to see how this play out. At the very least, he's ruffled feathers. He's shaken up the waters, and Justin Sun coming in on top of that has done even more so. So it's going to be very interesting to see what happens going forward. So just guys, I just wanted to share this with you. If you haven't seen it, if you've been living under an ETH rock and you haven't seen the news, here it is: Elon Musk offering to buy Twitter. It's not like he doesn't have enough projects on the go. Seems like he's got room for another big one. Put some comments down below. I'd love to hear if you guys are for Elon Musk buying it, against it, and why. It'd be great to see. All right, guys, remember, tomorrow never comes, and jump in the game, and we'll see you in the next one. And for those who are celebrating, happy Easter. Enjoy your weekend or long weekend, and we'll see you guys in the next video. Take care.